Okay, I want to talk about Valentine's Day, which seems to be the most dreaded holiday by singles everywhere. And I was one of them, not to begin with, but about the time my co-manager told me that he changed my schedule, so I worked in jewelry the day before Valentine's Day, is about the time I kind of started dreading it this year. It's not that I don't like working in jewelry. I actually really, really like working in jewelry. I like the people who work there. It's more of the concern of it being so busy on Valentine's Day with people buying gifts for their significant others, and I didn't want to be reminded of my lack of significant others to buy gifts for, or to have buy gifts for me. And so after he told me that, I got a little bit jaded, and things started kind of spiraling crazily into making me more jaded. Our playlist at work changed into more sappy songs, including John Legend's All of Me, which is a great song for couples. And when you're in a relationship, it's like easy to feel this connection to it, but when you're single, you can only hear that song so many times. Well, I can only hear that song so many times in a day before I start wanting to be in a concert or attending a concert for a band that plays musical instruments entirely made out of styrofoam. And I really hate styrofoam, but I'd rather be there than listening to that song again. Yeah, I got really jaded, and I started blaming the guys who were unfaithful to me, or broke up with me, or just left my life seemingly, or stopped talking to me after telling me they love me. And they even blame Valentine's Day because I'm a girl and I'm crazy. Slightly. I mean, every girl has a little crazy in them, I think. And it got to the point where even my coworkers who I'm close to were kind of surprised by my reactions, because I am a romantic at heart. I squeal and clap my hands when people get together and they're happy. And I love hearing about how people met each other and how they fell in love, and I'm a romantic at heart. I love love. And I didn't like who I became. I didn't like this jaded person that I had become, so I did some soul searching a little bit, and I realized that everybody that I had started to blame for where I was and where I am aren't the problem. It's not guys that are to blame for me being single. It's not them not being good enough or whatever, or them not seeing what I'm worth. I mean, I'm responsible for where I am. I can't control circumstances. I can't control other people. I can't control whether or not they want to be with me, or whether or not they want to remain faithful, but I can control my reactions to those situations. I'm the one who left relationships where people were less than faithful because I wanted to be the only woman in a relationship. I am the one who broke up with people because I didn't see myself with them when I did the front porch test. And I didn't want to waste anybody's time. I'm the one who turned down perfectly alright, okay guys, because I only felt for them feelings of friendship. And I'm the one who turned down creepy guys at work who hit on me and wanted to marry me without even meeting me. And if I hadn't done any of that, I could totally be going on a date on Valentine's Day and getting presents and stuff, but I'm not, and that's my choice. It's not Valentine's Day's fault that I'm alone. And I shouldn't be depressed because I value myself enough to know that I want happily ever after. And I'm not saying easily ever after. I mean, I want to be happy, and I want to spend the rest of my life with a soulmate, not just somebody who is there. I don't want to settle. And the more I went down this way of thinking trail, I realized that Valentine's Day has been made so much into this day for couples, and it really is a day of love. And there's more kinds of love that exist than the romantic love of a couple. I mean, there's love of a parent and a child. I get to experience that. I love my relationship with my daughter. I love my daughter to no end. She's magic to me. There's the love of a family. And I am lucky enough to have multiple families. There's my biological family who love ferociously. They might fight and be crazy, and they're loud and so wonderful. And they will tell me their opinions about my life and who I choose to be with, even if I don't really want to hear them, but it always comes from a place of fierce, fierce love. And I have a family that adopted me when I was little and took me in, and who treat me like their own, and who are there for me. And I have so much family that have been there every step of the way whenever I need them, and I love them and I appreciate them so much. And then there's the love of friends. And I have a lot of friends who love me and who I love. And I didn't know how much I was loved by so many people, so many friends, until recently, I guess. I mean, having family members struggle with their health, has taken its toll, and having coworkers that I didn't even know really cared that much, just tug me and say, I'm sorry that you're going through that. Or having your sister, biological sister, call you to check on you because a mutual friend was concerned about you because they hadn't heard from you, or they knew you were sad because you said you were sad in a text or whatever. Friends who stay with you when your tire goes flat and you're crying because you have no idea how you're gonna get through it, all you want to do is get home to your sick child, and you're stuck at work for another almost 2 hours, and you're frustrated, so you cry, but they're there to make you laugh, and they stay to make sure you're okay. I mean, there's so many aspects of love. We tend to confine it into this itty bitty teeny tiny box, and it's so complex and comes in so many varieties that we forget about. And so I'm not dreading Valentine's Day anymore because I am loved, and I love. I have been loved. God, have I been loved. And I have loved more than I thought possible. I have had the opportunity to fall in love, head over heels in love. Like the kind of love where it's, you didn't know you were sleeping and you meet this person and it's like they awakened your soul. That's amazing. A lot of people don't experience that. So I'm not dreading Valentine's Day at all. It's a day of love. It's a day to celebrate love. And I have a lot to celebrate. And instead of feeling unlucky in love, I feel very lucky. And to be loved and to have loved, to currently love and to currently be loved. Those are all incredibly beautiful